Speaking on the spot isn't a gift. It's a skill you can train. BeyondNorm can help you build that skill.
Hey, welcome. Let's talk about something that gets most of our hearts racing, speaking on the spot. We're going to take that moment of sheer panic and turn it into one of poise and confidence. I'm going to give you the tools you need to sound sharp, clear, and totally collected, even when you have zero time to prepare. Oh, you know that feeling, right? Your name gets called, every single eye in the room snaps to you, and your brain just goes offline. It's a super common experience, but what if I told you there's a way to beat it? Every single time. All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the basics, the foundations. Then we'll get into some quick win techniques for instant confidence. But the real magic, that happens in parts 3 and 4, where we're going to unpack some simple mental frameworks that will literally become your secret weapon for any impromptu moment.
Okay, first things first. Why does this skill even matter so much? Before we jump into the how-to, let's just quickly nail down the why. Because understanding the whole point of speaking is really the first step to getting great at it.
Think about it. Pretty much every time you speak, you're trying to do one of these 3 things. Are you trying to inform your audience with some facts, inspire them with a great story, or maybe influence them to actually do something? Knowing your goal right from the start is half the battle. And trust me, this is not just some nice-to-have skill. Being a confident speaker has a direct, massive impact on your career. It positions you as a leader, it expands your influence, it makes you way more memorable when you're networking, and it can seriously fast-track your growth. It's like a professional superpower.
Now let's just bust a huge myth right here. You absolutely do not have to be an extrovert to be a fantastic speaker. It's a learned skill, not a personality trait. Yeah, extroverts might bring that natural energy, but introverts, they often kill it with their thoughtful structure and genuine sincerity. The best speakers really learn to pull from both sides.
All right, let's get super practical. What can you actually do in the heat of the moment when you're put on the spot and the pressure is on? Here are some techniques you can use immediately to get your composure back. First, and this is maybe the most important thing, don't rush. Just take a breath. It's okay. Next, listen really carefully to the question and pull out the key words. Then, try to hook your audience right from the start, maybe with a surprising little fact or a quick story. And finally, always end with a powerful statement, maybe by circling back to your opening idea. And keep these little delivery secrets in your back pocket. A simple smile can calm you down and connect you with the room. Pauses aren't awkward, they make you sound thoughtful. And please, just focus on landing one clear idea really well instead of trying to say a million things. Quality over quantity, always. Okay. Now we're getting to the real heart of this explainer. The absolute best way to handle any impromptu question is to have a mental blueprint, a framework ready to go. These things give your thoughts instant structure. So, how do you pick the right one? Well, it all comes down to the question you're asked. Just listen for the keywords. If you hear something like, "What do you think?" or "What's your opinion on?" that's your cue to use the PrEP framework. It's perfect for logical arguments. If the question is more about a journey, like, "How did you get here?" then the past, present, future framework is your go-to for telling a story about growth. And if you're asked for a personal experience, like, "Tell me about a time when," the story lesson framework is your best bet for building a real emotional connection. Theory is one thing, but let's actually see how this stuff works in the real world. We're going to take one single question and answer it using all 3 of these frameworks. You'll get to see just how flexible and powerful these structures really are. So here it is. What does success mean to you? It's broad, it's personal, it's a classic impromptu question. Let's see how we can tackle this from 3 totally different angles, starting with the most logical one. First up, we've got PrEP. That's point, reason, example, point. This is your go-to for a clear, concise, and really well-defended argument. It's super direct and easy for your audience to follow along. Let's build out an answer.
So you start by immediately making your point. No rambling, no hesitation. This one sentence is the thesis for your whole mini speech. Right away, the audience knows exactly where you stand.
Next, you back that point up with a reason. Why do you believe that? This is your because statement. It adds logic and some real depth to what you just said. Now it's not just an opinion, it's a belief that has a foundation.
Now here's where it gets good. The example makes an abstract idea feel totally real. You bring your reason to life. A personal story, even a tiny one like this, is 1,000 times more convincing than just logic. It proves your point. And finally, you bring it all home by restating your point. See how it circles back to the beginning? But now, that statement is packed with the weight of your reason and your example. It's just a clean, memorable, and incredibly effective way to structure your thoughts.
Okay, let's hit the same exact question but with a totally different structure. This is the past, present, future framework, and it's amazing for showing how your perspective has evolved. It tells a story of personal growth over time.
You see the narrative arc here, right? You start in the past, where success was all about external stuff, winning things, being better than other people. Then you move to the present, where success has become internal. It's about making progress and keeping your word to yourself. And finally, you look to the future, where success becomes about something bigger than you. It's about what you give back. This structure just shows so much wisdom and vision. It gives your answer a ton of depth. Last but not least, let's use the most emotionally powerful framework of all, story to lesson. This one isn't about logic or timelines. It's about connecting with your audience on a human level through one single, powerful little story. So with this one, you start right in a specific moment. Picture it. You just lost a big speech contest. You're feeling terrible. But then a judge pulls you aside and says, "You spoke with honesty. Keep that." And boom, that one moment changed everything. This short, vulnerable story immediately hooks the audience because you're not just telling them about success, you're showing them how you learned it through a real human experience. And from that story, you pull out the lesson. This is the big takeaway, the moral of your story. It's a conclusion that feels earned and really profound because it grew out of that experience you just shared. That's what makes your message stick. So look, here's the biggest takeaway from all of this. You already have everything you need to be a great impromptu speaker. The frameworks are simple, and your own life is a goldmine of reasons, examples, and stories. The next time you're put on the spot, don't think of it as a moment to panic. Think of it as an opportunity to share your view, to tell your story. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you have the floor, what story will you choose to tell?
Join BeyondNorm Output Training to improve your speaking and writing ability without leaving home.